came across this author. He writes about, well, his book is called Undistractable. Let me check if that's right. Uh, yeah, he wrote this book, something called Undistractable. And Abby, one of the famous YouTubers on productivity, he interviews him, and it's probably one of the only 1 hour interviews where I listened from start to finish. And it's fascinating how the universe allows you to learn or think about something or try and grow in an area or challenge yourself in an area at the right timing. So I've I've tried I've tried I've tried creating a to-do list with three key priorities. I've tried creating a weekly calendar and setting out things that I could do, blocking in time, different break tasks broken down into different things. I've tried that. It didn't work. I've tried, I've looked into the 12-month year of trying to create some urgent goal broken down into approximately 3 months. I've read a bit about that online. And then this author, what he talks about, what he implements in his lifestyle is a weekly calendar, but instead of just simply noting the different tasks, what he points out and reminds me is that if you don't put in, obviously, work dictates, blocks out the majority of your waking day. I'm saying the weekday. Um, but the other times that aimlessly, we're aimlessly scrolling on a phone, being distracted, even though we don't even know that we're even distracted, like we're still on, we click on Instagram, click on Facebook. Those aren't planned, intentional blocks of time. Those are what he calls, like, you can use that time to do something that you've always wanted to do, like bake a cake or learn how to uh, plant this particular flower or plant, learn how to play an instrument. It's because you don't put in that on the calendar. So obviously, it doesn't become like an intent and then therefore traction. Like it turns into a habit or a practice put into place. So I thought about it. I was like, it is true. But what I found interesting is that he said that we shouldn't worry about like to-do lists. That's a bad way of thinking about it. Think about like, what do you care for? Like, what do you want to do other than work that covers probably 7.5 hours of the day? What's a personal project? What's a side hustle that you want to do? What's the thing that you've been thinking about wanting to do but you just haven't done? Because we just make excuses. We say we don't have time. Yeah, after we go home, we're like flat out, like, oh, I just need Netflix to chill out 2 hours, 3 hours, and then go to bed. Yeah, like when you get excited and your mood goes up again when, I don't know, something pops up that is not work, even though you said you're tired, but you can still motivate yourself and do that's does that make sense? Like, I realized that in the past, I I had what's called community meetings, 1 hour, 2 hour meetings with my community peers, project meetings, because I was part of a group, I was part of a project, so I had responsibility. So it's working type meetings, and also I would either take notes or take minutes or as part of board committees. So the author also says that he can tell a lot about a person by what's on their schedule, what time, what things are they putting in time to do, to show up, to face. So it is true. Like I'm like, okay, I'm 30 now and I want to be a bit more strict and a bit more intentional and stingy with my time. I'm stingy with money, but I'm not stingy with time. I can easily let time slip out of my hands. And I go, I don't want that to happen because in my 20s, I felt like I lost a lot of time which I could have used. So that's a personal challenge. Like it's it feels like I can't pinpoint it, but at the same time, it is an area because I'm taking ownership. I wanted to prioritize what I want to do, focus on building my life. So those are the seeds I will plant and grow in my 30s, which I hope to do. So, coming back to this, like, it's weird. Like, the other thing he talks about, like, people think it's like make or break. So people worry about, okay, oh, I have to think about what will be on my weekly schedule and I have to follow it. Like, I have to follow it. He goes, no, it's better to create short term routine type calendars, try it out for a few weeks, adjust it if you need to. But the aim is like, obviously, you're putting it on your calendar. It's like work, it's like being employed and then the hours already set out. But outside of that, it's you who governs your time. So whatever you put in there, try to make it work at least. And if it doesn't work, obviously you have the agency to change it. But I found that so empowering. So I thought, like, to be honest, he's right because I don't know what will happen the next month. I don't know what will happen in 6 months. I could get a different completely job and I have to factor in, traveling hours or, you might get married or move out or have kids. Your lifestyle will be very, very different. So I thought, okay, I have an opportunity where I am mentally well, emotionally well, physically well to challenge myself. 3 months, 4 months, why don't I challenge myself and see, what comes out of it and experiment and explore, in yourself and your time and say like, yes, I have this at the time and I have to do this. So